everyone, Janice this side and welcome to AI Central. In today's tutorial, we are going to look at prompt engineering, RAG and fine-tuning's overview. But why are these techniques required when LLMs are already powerful? When we want to pass some kind of instructions to control the LLM's behavior or pass some external knowledge or use custom data sets to fine tune the model, so at that time we require these techniques of prompt engineering, RAG and fine tuning. So let us first start with the prompt engineering. In prompt engineering, what we do is we write clear set of instructions which guides the model's behavior. We design the instructions with clear requirements. We provide the context in instructions, set the response format, whether we want it in the form of text, list or the tabular form, and we control the behavior of LLM and such that it does not deviate from the set of instructions that we have given. So what are the benefits of prompting the LLM? It requires minimal setup and can adapt to various tasks based on just instructions that we have given, and no other data is required to do prompting. So we just write in the set of instructions, pass it to the LLM to get the best response. Next approach is RAG. When we want the external knowledge to be incorporated with the LLM, so at that time we use the RAG approach, which involves two main components, retrieval and generation. Now in the retrieval part, what we do is we collect the data from external sources, which can be in the form of PDF, websites, databases or APIs. Then we do the chunking of this data. For example, if we are having 100-page PDF, we chunk it page wise, like page 1, page 2 up to n number of pages, and then convert these chunks into its equivalent vector embeddings. Further, these embeddings are stored in vector databases and used by the generation part. So in the generation part, what we do is, along with the context that we have fetched from our vector store, we pass the prompt to the language model, including our query also. So what we have is, we have the query, the context from the vector store depending on our query, and the prompt, which includes that using this query and context, what kind of response should be generated. So likewise is the generation part, where considering all these three main components, the response will be generated by the language model, which will be in a natural form, we can say. So this is how RAG approach works. Now, what are the benefits of using RAG approach? It allows us to inject the real-time up-to-date information to the language model, which in turn improves the accuracy of the language model as we have given context, and it reduces the hallucination. And it can adapt as per our domain with dynamic contents that we are giving in the form of external knowledge. So this is the RAG approach. Next we are having fine tuning approach. Now you would be thinking that we have already passed the set of instructions to the language model and given the external knowledge. So why fine tuning? So when we are having some custom task specific data sets and want to change the model's internal parameters, so at that time we fine tune the language model for our particular tasks, which involves dataset preparation. So we need to convert our data which is acceptable by the language model, and that is in the form of prompt and completion pairs. We do the model training, adjust the weights of the language model, evaluate and refine iteratively. So likewise fine tuning, which helps us to achieve task specialization and improved contextual understanding for the language model. Sample instructions that I have given to ChatGPT, where I have written over here that you are a helpful language translation assistant. Your task is to accurately translate text to Hindi language. So likewise, I have passed these instructions to the ChatGPT, and this is the response that for this particular question. Hey, how are you? Wishing you a good day. Without instructions also, ChatGPT would generate similar answer. So this is just for demo purpose I am using this example. Now this is another example which is somewhat related to RAG to get the overview. Now in this particular instruction I am asking that what is the Technova's latest remote work policy for 2024, and these are other instructions that I have passed. So now knowledge of this model is limited and it does not incorporate the latest changes in the policy of this particular company. So the response received includes I don't have access to Technova's latest remote work policy, and it is just roughly writing us the answer. But now I have updated my instructions along with the context. So what I was referring to in the RAG explanation was that depending on the, what we can do is we can just pass multiple documents in the form of PDF for example, and likewise in the backend the retrieval part would be capable of fetching this particular related context, and along with these particular instructions we inject this context and this user query. So now the ChatGPT is able to give me this latest answer that Technova's latest remote work policy for 2024 follows a hybrid model. So this is the sample of RAG where which includes instructions, context and our query. Insight for today's video includes that when we need quick, flexible and cost-effective solutions without providing any external knowledge, then we can opt for prompt engineering and design the clear set of instructions to get the best responses out of LLM. Next, when we want to pass the real-time domain-specific knowledge to the language model, then we can go for RAG approach where we can use prompt engineering along with RAG to elicit the best responses. And next is fine tuning. So when we have custom domain specific data sets and when we want to like fine tune the LLM and change some parameters, so likewise at that time we can go for fine tuning. So this was all about today's video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe AI Central. Hope you guys like this video.